let me show you. So this, I had this up. So I don't know if y'all can see that on screen. I think I have to do this deal where I have to make the text bigger. So PlayStation faces an unexpected outage amid ongoing fears about its all-digital future update. All-digital future, and then there's an update. The PlayStation Network is down this morning as everyone from Marvel Token Fighting Souls players, some people like Lonely Gamer 5th, the Sony published game is in the middle of a free beta weekend, to people who just want to log into their account to face server outages. All services are experiencing issues. Use the latest status report for PlayStation. That includes everything from the account management to digital purchases across PS Vita, PS3, PS4, PS5, and WebPSN. Sony has yet to acknowledge issues across its PlayStation support channels. Wow, I didn't even know it was all of that. Update, Sony has acknowledged PSN is down as having issues. Anonymous confirms PlayStation Network is down right now. I tried to log on and can't. Digital is only the future. Digital only is the future, yes? Yeah. The PlayStation Network has been experiencing intermittent issues all morning, with many blaming the service disruption on an outage in Amazon Web Services. Oh, I didn't know that either. I didn't hear anything about AWS being down today. But AWS has since claimed to resolve this issue without a notable improvement to the PSN thing. So PlayStation runs on Amazon Web Services, the cloud, Amazon's cloud. So they said AWS was having issues, but then AWS has since claimed to resolve the issue. But yo, if AWS was having issues, Twitch would have had issues. And Twitch, nobody that was streaming on Twitch today has reported anything. So I don't know. So let me see. This is a link to that. So for those of y'all that are in tech, like, you'll sometimes have to read this to see what's going on with AWS and their services. So this is April 30th. So July 24th, we're investigating connectivity issues impacting multiple AWS servers in US West Region 2. So it was only one region. It continues. So I normally have to read stuff like this for work for Microsoft Azure, because my job, my current employer has a large Azure presence. UTSC and UT Austin down the road. People are upset the hard copies are turning into dinosaurs. Rocky Mon, what's going on? So I almost didn't see you for a second. I was like, wait, who's this? I was like, oh, I need to go to a college game. Yeah. I think the only college game I've been to is the ones I played in. And then, oh yeah, one for FAMU, of course. Family school. So it was only one region. And it's not the main one. So like the main one is US East, like where like a lot of stuff is in. But US West was the only one. So yeah, the one region going down should not have affected PlayStation that much, to the fact that they're still down. So they can't even blame this on AWS. So I'm gonna fully explain this. So there are in the cloud, there are multiple regions. Right? And just think of like this. It's for redundancy. It's your local kids game, bro. Yeah, man. Okay, what's going on? So there's multiple regions in the cloud. So and they're spread across the United States. I think if I find it, let me see, AWS region map, I could explain this a lot better. Oh man, I'm trying to find the map. This is not helping me. Images. Okay. PSN is not still down. Oh, it's not down anymore? When did it come up? It must have just came up in the last few hours, because I didn't hear anything about it coming back up. But yeah, I'm gonna explain this. So, the way the cloud works hasn't been down for me. You might have been one of the lucky ones. The way the cloud works is you have this map of where all the data centers are for Amazon Web Services. So you have North Virginia, the government cloud, you have Ohio, Central Canada. So they said this one over here, Oregon, was down. This one right here, the only one went down. Now, the way things are set up is if you have your services running in one data center, like you'll have one of these data centers that'll be your main data center, right? You have one of these data centers that'll be your main data center. So, okay, so say for instance, Sony PlayStation using Oregon. And then, okay, they'll set it up. So, okay, so Oregon is your main one. If something happens to Oregon and it goes down, we're gonna flip you over to another data center. So you'll flip you over to Calgary here in Canada, or we'll flip you over to North California. That's usually how they set things up. That's the way I had to set it up at my job. So right now, my job is running on North Virginia. And if something happens to North Virginia, we have to fail over to Ohio. That's the way it's set up. So if PlayStation's network is running in Oregon, and something in Oregon goes down, which happened today, okay, you're failing over to North California, or you're failing over to Calgary. PlayStation, Sony would choose which one they would want to fail over to. Usually, want to fail over to whichever is closest to you, to wherever your main location is, whichever one is closest. Yeah, fail-safe priority. Yeah. So you might experience an outage, but the outage wouldn't last long. It would be like, or in a lot of cases, the customer or the client wouldn't experience an outage at all. Everything will fail over automatically. The customer or the client wouldn't know. Or if they do experience something, it will be down for maybe an hour or two, maybe a few minutes. After that, but the client or customer wouldn't know. It'll be down for them for like at least an hour or two, and then it'll be right back up because the failover should have worked. So the fact that it was down for most of the day means something else happened. Collapse, reset IP. Yeah. Yeah, my server is usually on North Virginia. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, normally that's what would happen. So for an outage to happen for that long, something else happened. Was what I'm trying to explain. Like, they tried to blame it on AWS, but they couldn't, because according to the AWS report that I was just reading, the outage lasted. How long the outage did last? According to this report, the outage only lasted 2 hours, and it happened at 4 in the morning Pacific Standard Time. Pete. So it's 4 in the morning. So like if you're on the East Coast, that's probably like 7, 8 in the morning, right? And it lasted 2 hours. Like it says fully restored at 5:12 a.m. their time. Who could trigger an attack and anybody, but they would have to know where to attack, and then a DDoS wouldn't work because the cloud is set up specifically to stop a DDoS attack. It smells like China. No, what I'm saying is they wanted to blame it on AWS. PlayStation, with many blaming the service disruption on an outage at Amazon Web Services. What I'm saying that was not the case. Like, yes, AWS did have an outage, but it only lasted 2 hours, according to the report right here. that they put out. And they can't falsify this report, because if they do, then they got to pay a large fine for falsifying this report. So if somebody double checks this report, the SEC or the government double checks this report and finds that they're lying, oh, it's your ass. So no, they can't falsify this report. So this is accurate. So yeah, so as of 3:57 p.m. See, I didn't even get to the end of the article where it says it right here. The PSN status stage now updates. All services are up and running. Sony has yet to share updates on the scale of the outage or the reasons for it. But yeah, so 4 o'clock. It's been back up since 4. So before I even went to the gym, it was up. But yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened.